Just a second. Try to turn this light off. Yeah, that made it a lot better. All right, what's up, guys? Let me just check and see if I can hear myself. I can. All right, so it's been a while since I've had a video, but I'm gonna start trying to do these kind of like live things over here on this channel. I have a very simple live stream setup. I'm actually on a GoPro right now, GoPro Hero 9 Black. Just on a super, very, very simple live streaming setup connected to the MacBook Pro here. It's kind of good to go live again. I've used to do these on other camera channel live all the time. It was always live. But in today's video, I want to do something a little different. I may just start doing these live no matter what all the time, depending on what my connection is like when I get back to the US here in about 2 weeks. I might just get back to doing these. So Sony is potentially set to announce in, just check and see if there's any new rumors. I haven't even checked today. I was going to do that before I did this. No. Nothing. Okay. So let me. There we go. All right. So I got a little list here of 5 things that I would like to see the Sony ZV-1 or ZV APS-C camera have when it does finally get announced. So I've got a little list here I want to kind of talk about. If I get some people in here to kind of talk, that'd be great to chat about it a little bit, but that's fine. It's my first time doing a live stream on this channel, and I'm going to start doing more of them. I'm just actually using the MacBook audio right now, so hopefully it's decent. And again, I'm on a GoPro Hero 9 Black. There is a little bit of a delay is what I'm seeing. So anyways, hopefully the audio is fine. I'll go back and watch this a little bit later. But I think I will start doing these just live rather than, making a video. I think maybe I'll buy some sort of audio adapter. But anyways, let's talk about this camera a little bit. So the first thing I want to talk about is kind of the design. That's number one. What I'm kind of hoping this camera will be. Now, back on another channel years ago, I used to do a vlog channel back my old CJ Broad channel when I first got here to England. I used to use a Sony A5100, and I love that camera. It had a few little flaws that I would love to see. I would love to see a very similar camera in this new, whatever it's going to be, ZV APS-C camera. I would like to see a very similar camera with this as that one, but with a flip out screen rather than a flip up screen. And we'll get into why, because I think that on that the old A5100, there was a flash. And I don't think that there's any need for a flash on a vlogging camera. So I would like to see that be replaced by a hot shoe so that I can put a mic on it. And then the third thing is like a mic jack. To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind seeing almost the exact same body. But I think it needs to have the flip out screen, the hot shoe, and the mic jack for sure. That would definitely make that camera super, super interesting. Much, much better. Be perfect. Almost perfect. Number 2, I would like to see the same kind of stabilization modes that you see in the ZV-1, and the A7 S3 also has the active steady shot or active stabilization. That'd be really awesome if they could do that. That is definitely something that I think they need to do. Would be pretty awesome. Oh, okay, I didn't have the live chat on, so I don't have anybody in here, but it's fine. So I'd like to see the active stabilization that in there. I think that's probably going to be in there. I wouldn't think they would make it as another ZV camera without it, so it's going to be in there. The third thing, I would like to see a new kit lens. Now, Sony came out with a new kit lens for their full frame APS-C or full frame cameras this year, the 28-60. Not impressed, but they have a new full frame. But when it comes to their APS-C system, they're currently the oldest kit lens in the business. And I kind of went right down the list this morning. And I started thinking about it. I was like, look at EFM. You know, they have a new 15 to 45. It's not new, but I mean, it's been out like, so this 16 to 50 power zoom lens has been out since 2013. It came out January 2013. It was announced sometime in 2012. So you're looking at 8 years now, 8.5 years since that lens has been out, and it's quite long in the tooth. But yeah, you look at Canon EFM, they have a 15 to 45. You look at Panasonic, their Micro Four Thirds, they have the 12 to 60 that came out like 2016, 2017, somewhere in there. Fujifilm came out with the 16 to 80. You got the 16 to 80 that replaced the 18 to 55, which still is kitted with some cameras, but that is like the premier kit lens. Panasonic full frame cameras came out with the 12 to 60, 20 to 60. RF mount came out, obviously their STM, the 24 to 105, the 24 to 105 f4, also the USM lens, the RF L lens. Pretty much everybody's come out with a new kit lens. Nikon, their Z mount cameras come out with the 24-50. Even like you look at back in like APS-C, Canon's APS-C, they're 18 to 55. They've had a new one since like 2017. They had a new one, I think 2016 or 2017. They had a new one. So I think it's time they come out with a new kit lens. And what I would like to see is not another run-of-the-mill 16 to 50. I would love to see something along the lines of like a 12 to 24, 12 to 35, something like in there, in that range. Something where it's going to be a little bit wider. It's supposed to be a vlogging camera, and that's why you compare or kind of couple this with the active stabilization. It's going to be a really great camera if you can get a 12 millimeter. I don't care if it's a 3.5 or an f4 to 5.6 or something like that. That'd be perfectly fine. But I think it definitely needs to be something. It needs to be a new. I don't think you compare this to that 16 to 50. I think you're going to need something new, especially if you're going to put some sort of active stabilization in it. I don't think that lens is going to be wide enough. You're going to have the same problem you had with the ZV-1. So, yeah, I'm hoping that you'll see something along those lines, a new kit lens. That'd be really great. Now, with that being said, like Samyang just came out with this little like light compact 12 millimeter f2. To be honest with you, if this comes out with a 16 to 50 and that's what lens they kit it with, if I were to get this camera, I probably would get it without a lens, and I would just go by that 12 millimeter f2. That's how I would do it. I wouldn't even get the kit lens. Next thing is I would love to see a new battery. Now, if this is going to be something along the lines of a ZV, I don't think it's going to have the Z battery in it. I really think that's kind of far-fetched to think it'll have a Z battery. And I think that being that this is a vlogging camera and they've come out with a price and said it's going to be around $900, you're not going to see any kind of like crazy new video specs. I really don't. I think you're going to see the same thing that Sony had put in their cameras, other than the A1 and the A7S3. You're going to see 420 8-bit maxed out at 4K 30. I think that's what it's going to be. And I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that, to be honest with you. I would not be fine with that. I don't really see any reason why I wouldn't be fine with that. I think that's all it needs. It needs to have that kit lens, or sorry, that new battery, those same frame rates, stuff like that. But a new battery, I think there needs to be a new battery, and we'll get into why I think there needs to be a new battery in the fifth part. This is number 4. I think that it could have the same form factor as the W50 battery. I'm perfectly fine with that, but I think that battery is very old. You've got to have some new technology in it. Boost the milliamp hours or something. And now this goes into 5. I'll just get right into kind of 5. And it has to be a Type-C charger. Now, Panasonic just announced the GH5 Mark II, and they have the new what do they call it? MLK 22 or something like that. What is this battery? It is the DMW BLK 22. So they have this battery in the new GH5 Mark II. And So I don't know exactly what it. I don't really. I just know that they can now charge the camera through the Type-C port. So you can plug it into the wall and have continuous power like you can with this camera. You can do that with this one. So you could do that with the old battery through a micro USB. But I think in order to have a Type-C, you're going to have a different type of battery. So I really hope that we'll see a new battery and a USB Type-C. I think, to me, honestly, like, the one thing that will probably hold me back from buying this camera is if it comes with micro USB charging. And I know that I've said it so many times on other channels and other times on this channel. The micro USB just needs to go away. I feel like in 2010, Sony was like, you know what? This is the final form factor for our charging port, and we are going to buy like 700 billion of these things, and we're going to put them in our cameras until the end of fucking time. Pardon my English. And I think that once USB Type-C became so prominent, I think they were like, well, we have to put Type-C in our professional cameras, but we're going to use this micro USB cable all the way to the end, boys. We're going to ride this motherfucker all the way to the goddamn bank. You look at every other camera on the market right now, Type-C. All these can charge via Type-C. And it is, and you know, you look at something like this camera is like one of those competitors. The XS10 and the XE4 potentially are both competitors to this camera, and they both charge via Type-C, right? The Canon M6 Mark II doesn't really charge via Type-C, and I think it has something to do with the battery. They've never been able to charge their cameras. Like, you can get some like super expensive, like ridiculous charger that will do it. Now, I had a couple of chargers that would charge the old Canon RP that I had, and I think those same chargers would probably charge the ARM6, but I wouldn't be able to charge it while I was using it, so that was kind of a bummer. So yeah, these are the things that I think that need to be in this camera in order for it to be a successful camera. That's just how it's got to be. So anyways, I'm going to try and start doing these more just live videos in the future. So hopefully we can do that. We'll see. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I don't have anybody watching, but maybe I'll have people come in and watch it after the fact. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one later.